What is going on, you guys? BossStandsTall here, and today I would like to talk to you guys a little bit. Another episode of On the Mind of Boss Stands Tall. I know I haven't done one in a while since like the last, since I was doing stuff for like SG Gaming League, that account. But I did want to get back here and do I think the fourth episode of On the Mind of Boss Stands Tall, and this one is something that I've been thinking about for a long time. It's why I feel TNA needs a Royal Rumble type event. Um, well, first off, I'm a little sick. I probably shouldn't be doing this video. Um, until I have like a stuffy nose. I've been hit with this sickness since like Monday. Haven't been able to shake it, but we are gonna do the best we can right now, and hopefully it doesn't annoy you guys too bad. But anyways, here is the main thing about TNA that I have noticed is that they don't have a whole lot of big matches. They don't have any really. They have like Lethal Lockdown and that's their thing, and they had Gauntlet for the Gold for a while, which was like a Royal Rumble. But excuse me. I feel like they need to have like a yearly thing that it's like a big match with big, high stakes involved, like number one contenders match or like a actual title match, like you outright get the title. Like I believe Gauntlet for the Gold was. I'm not really sure about that, but yeah. Anyways, um, with TNA, I feel like their big thing is the TNA World Title, and that's okay. That's how it should be. But they have one big thing. So once you've won the World Title, you've done it all, really. I mean, you can hold the television championship, which is not even a thing anymore in TNA. You could be, a tag team wrestler, hold the tag team championship, but other than that, once you've done those two, you've pretty much done it all. Cause there's no Royal Rumble, there's no Elimination Chamber, there's no there's kind of a Hall of Fame, I guess. It's not that big yet, but like for example, like Kurt Angle. He's a five-time world champion in like the 7 years that title's been around. He's a five-time world champion, and that's at that point there's nothing left to do in the company after you've been champion 5 times. There's nothing left to do. Jeff Hardy, he's a 3-time champion. Sting is 4 times. Bully Ray, Mr. Anderson, they both clock in at 2 times. You know what? It shouldn't be that you get ahead in the business by if you keep winning more the world title again and again, and that stuff gets stale. Mostly because they don't really have a whole lot of guys emerging into the top. They've been using like the same guys for the top really since like 2005. They've got Kurt Angle's always been up there. Sting, he's not really doing much for the company anymore. Samoa Joe, Abyss, he's sort of maintaining his top seed right now. Oh, he just came out right when I said that. All right. But yeah, I did have some ideas for things they could do. Well, anyways, why don't I continue what I was saying? Like the Royal Rumble for WWE, it's something that I feel like a new guy wins it every year, and it's like a new accolade in their career. Like not only have they been world champion, they've also won the Royal Rumble. That's a big thing. You've got it in that's a major accomplishment for every WWE superstar who wins the Royal Rumble. Excuse me. I feel like TNA and the TNA roster, I feel like they really need that. I feel like they need another big thing to do because they have one thing, and it starts to not get interesting. I feel like a TNA Royal Rumble would be so cool. Just imagine that. Like you're seeing in my recording right now. This is just this video is way too long. I'm probably not going to talk through the whole thing. I'm not going to be able to. But this is just sort of to show you guys what it could potentially be like. You got guys in there like Magnus, guys like Bully Ray, guys like Bobby Lashley, who recently made his return to TNA, like Samoa Joe. They would have their big guys win it. They probably have Samoa Joe win it one year. They obviously have Kurt Angle win it. They'd probably have Jeff Hardy. I don't know. I guess we'd have to see. Bobby Roode would probably win it. They might even have Gunner. That would be kind of cool. But getting ahead of myself because that's not even a thing yet. I did have some ideas. If they obviously they're not going to want to copy WWE, do like the Royal Rumble. Um, Obviously they called something different. And if they wanted to have a different concept, I did have a couple ideas. I did my research a little bit, went on Wikipedia, and found some Royal Rumble Battle Royal variations that are sounded pretty cool. For example, the Battle Bowl. I hadn't heard about this until I actually looked it up, but it sounds pretty cool. I'll read to you Wikipedia's definition of the Battle Bowl. It is a two-ring variation on a battle royal. The wrestlers start in one ring and try to throw wrestlers into the second ring, after which they can be eliminated by being thrown out of that ring. The last remaining wrestler in the first ring can rest until only one wrestler was left in the second ring, after which they fight in both rings until one is eliminated and a winner is declared, in a similar fashion to the double elimination tournament. This was held by World Championship Wrestling at the 1991 Starrcade event. The future Battle Bowl matches were contested under normal Battle Royal rules. Now that sounds really cool. As you just heard me say, WCW did do it back in '91, and they don't have to do exactly this stuff. They can definitely variate it. They can put their own spins on it. They can have like you know other stuff. They can do tons of other stuff with it. Another idea. Most of you have probably heard of World War III. It's not an actual war, obviously, if you haven't heard about it. It was another battle royal variation that WCW did for a couple of years, and it was, you can still find the videos on YouTube. I love watching them. I'll watch a World War III match, in my spare time sometimes. They're fun to watch. I will read to you the definition of what they explained on Wikipedia. World War III, created by World Championship Wrestling in 1995, the World War III Battle Royal involved a 3-ring setup and 60 competitors. 20 wrestlers started in each of the 3 rings, in which they would wrestle under the regular Battle Royal rules. Once there were only 3 competitors left, with the exception of 1997, where the number was 20, all competitors. Did I say 3 or did I say 30? Back then, I can't. I can't remember. Once there were only 30 competitors left, except 1997 when there was 20, all competitors would enter the center and continue in that ring under regular rules until one man was left standing. That is an awesome concept. I know TNA's problem with that would be that they don't actually have 30 superstars or they don't have 60 superstars on the roster. That would be an issue for them. They would have to. But another idea I was thinking about. I can never see them doing something as big as 60, but they could do, if they wanted to, they could do what WCW did. They could do something where it's, they bring in international talent, like guys from Mexico. You could have guys from, Japan, Europe. Guys, I know they just recently brought in Tigre Uno and Sonata. Sonata is sort of like an apprentice to the Great Muta, who recently, has ties to the company now. I'm not sure. It seems like with all these big names they're bringing in, like Bobby Lashley, the Great Muta, they've got guys like Jeff Hardy in here now. Well, he's always been in here. That was a bad example. But it seems like they would be a little bit bigger than they are. But TNA, and this goes back to earlier on the Mind of Boss Stand Stall of why TNA won't last. It was I don't know. They just don't really know how to run this company. And as you can see in here, AJ Styles, I have him in this thing. They could have cool stuff like that, like surprise entrance. I don't think AJ Styles would be in a TNA Royal Rumble if they were to have one. Obviously, if you haven't heard, AJ Styles is not on great terms with the company. He sort of he did what CM Punk did with the WWE. He sort of he left them, and now he's in Ring of Honor. If you weren't aware, he is competing pretty regularly in Ring of Honor, which I think is cool. He's going back to his roots. What was I just going to say? I mean, I don't know really if they're on bad terms or if they're on, they're just sort of neutral, just sort of going on, with their lives. But, yeah, that was a thought that I had. I know I've seen discussions on the internet of, like, why TNA needs a Royal Rumble. And it can even be something like a big battle royal, like a 40-man battle royal. Usually battle royals aren't really as exciting as Royal Rumbles for a lot of people. Um, you know, they tend to be a little bit more boring because you can't really follow any specific action. You know, for the big 41-man battle royal that WWE had, I love that match. I was so excited when they heard they were doing it because I personally myself love battle royals and love Royal Rumbles. I just love seeing all the different guys in there, and you know, all the stuff going on. I don't really have a problem following it as much as I guess other people do. But people who don't much care for battle royals, but yeah, and that also brings me back to another point. TNA is not using a lot of their talent. They have, you know, when they bring in a big guy like Bobby Lashley, they have him compete 1 week, and then the next 2 weeks he's not even mentioned. You know, they need something like that to like assure people like, hey, I still work for the company. You know, if it's like Rob Terry, for example, who knows if he still works for the company, or like Hernandez, or you know, who did Hernandez partner? Chavo? Well, Chavo's he actually doesn't work for the company. He was fired with the Feast or Fired briefcase. But yeah, guys like that, they could you know, they can have him be in the Royal Rumble. Then it's like, oh yeah, you still exist. You know, you're still with the company. You know, it would give him something. Like that's WWE has like a set amount of guys that it's like they only use for battle royals. You know, it's like for a while it was like Alex Riley was like their battle royal guy. Now it's like Zack Ryder and you know, 3MB. Those guys are sort of like their battle royal guys, where like, you know, they book them every now and then. Actually, uh, Curtis Axel was a battle royal guy for a really long time. I remember I would always see him. I would know, like he would be in a battle royal, and I would know he would, you know, be Michael McGillicuddy or something before he got his push. He would be, you know, in a battle royal, and I'd be like, oh, okay, he's still around. Same with like JTG for a while. I don't know if JTG is still around. Honestly, I would doubt. I would bet against it. But that is not what we're talking about right now. Yeah, I don't know if I can talk for another 8 minutes. I mean, I doubt I can. I might be able to, but I don't really want to. I've said pretty much everything I need to say. As always, if you guys, if you want to, you know, if you want to comment and tell me your thoughts, what your ideas are. I know people have some good ideas. I've seen the ideas some guys come up with. I took a lot of what I said today, actually. You know, I took it from some ideas I heard online. So yeah, and these are all just my opinions. You know, if you guys want to comment and be like, oh no, TNA's doing just fine. They don't need a Royal Rumble, or you know, they're just as exciting now. If anybody disagrees, I would love to hear it. Honestly, I love constructive criticism. We can get into a discussion about it in my comments section. That'd be pretty cool. I would be into that. But anyways, I'm not gonna stop the match right now just because you know it's a kind of cool concept, and there's some cool guys who haven't come out yet. It took me a while to find all these cause to put in the Royal Rumble, but I figured, you know, whatever, it's worth it. I knew I couldn't, or I would be talking for longer than a 10-man Royal Rumble, so I wanted to make a 21, which has proven to be a little bit too long. But I'm gonna keep the match going. I'm gonna stop commentating though. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. It's you know, it's something that's been on my mind for a while. I wanted to get another On the Mind of Boss Stands Tall out. I feel like I haven't done that in a while, and I really enjoy doing it. Honestly, I have a lot of opinions about wrestling, and this is a good way. YouTube is my way to sort of get them out into the air, you know, let people know what's going on. That's honestly, if you watch my WWE Universe videos, a lot of those videos, I rarely commentate on the match. I'm always talking about what is going on in WWE today and how I feel about it, you know, and even TNA sometimes. But actually, I do have one more thing to say. About the, when I said they would have international guys, that doesn't have to just be international. They can have guys like from the indies. I feel like that would be the coolest thing ever if they had just like, you know, guys who they're trying out, like guys that nobody really knew, you know, like, who's a good indie wrestler that I could see debuting in one of these? It's not like, I wouldn't see like Kevin Steen because he's a little bit too high profile. Guys like, Jay Briscoe, or, what's his name? It's Jay Briscoe from Ring of Honor. Or, guys like Marcus Anthony. who's pretty big in OVW. God, who else? I don't know. I don't follow the indies too much right now, but you know what I mean. They can get guys like, from little gymnasium wrestling promotions, and get them, put them in the Royal Rumble. Obviously, they wouldn't win, but it'd be a good chance to get them on TV. And guys who won the gut check, like Alex Silva. Where did he go? I know Sam Shaw. I think Sam Shaw won gut check. They don't even do gut check anymore. TNA. The fun thing about TNA is that they cancel things without even giving an ending to. Like, they just sort of like stopped having the TV title, and they just stopped doing gut check, and they just stopped caring about certain things. Like, oh well, nobody's gonna miss it. They didn't use their gut check guys at all. When they had a guy win gut check, it was like, they just went straight to the developmental territory and never got brought up. It was like a gut check to get into their developmental territory. Now that they're not working with OVW, it's very hard. I remember they had Joey Ryan compete on gut check, and he didn't win, and he got a contract for a little while, and then they just didn't see anything in him or whatever. I think if he were to come back in a Royal Rumble and a TNA Royal Rumble, that would be the coolest thing ever. Or like guys like Homicide, guys like Alex Shelley, Jack Evans, Trent or Greg Maracuscio, who I have a lot of opinions on. I feel like he's an awesome competitor. I feel like they should have used him a lot more than they did. Guys like Doug Williams, who they're barely ever using anymore. I think he's a personality. He's got a lot of charisma in there. He's got a lot of star power. I love Doug Williams. I feel like they should be using him more. Guys like I said, Rob Terry, Hernandez. I know Matt Morgan's retired, but they could bring him back. Anything would be cool for him. What are some guys that recently got released from WWE? Cassius Ohno, Chris Hero, they could put him in. These are good ideas. This could be the coolest thing ever. Honestly, this could work. This could be awesome. I hope TNA Creative is listening to me. They should be, because they need enough help as it is. Honestly, I feel like sometimes I could run TNA better than the current TNA officials are. And yes, they should be taking that as a challenge. They should let me come in there and give them these ideas. They should watch these videos, honestly. Show your friends this video. If you agree with it, show people. And let them know, because I think this could be the coolest thing ever. And on that note, if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm not going to put the picture at the end. Or I could put the picture at the end. I probably will. But, usually I stop the video and then have the picture at the end. But I think I actually lost the picture. So anyways, if you want to follow me on Twitter, that is at BossStandsTall. I recently made a Facebook page, BossStandsTall. Go like the Facebook page, follow it. I post my videos. I post weekly things on there. I know nobody really uses Facebook anymore, but it's whatever. Just trying to get my name out there. I do not have an Instagram, because that's pointless if you're me, and nobody cares what BossStandsTall has to post on Instagram. I have an Instagram for using my actual name. I do not have an Instagram for BossStandsTall. But yeah, follow me on Twitter at BossStandsTall. I tweet not a lot, so it's good for you if you don't want to keep constantly getting my tweets. Every now and then I'll tweet, but I remember one time I tweeted during a when I was watching Haven. It just came on after SmackDown, so I started tweeting about Haven. I just tweeted about Haven for the full half hour that it was on, and about how shitty it was, how terrible I found it. Wow, I almost talked this entire video. I honestly thought that I would have to cut it down by like 10 minutes, but this topic gave me so much to talk about. It's really amazing how much of a tangent I can get on when I'm talking about stuff like this. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to try to close for the maybe third or fourth time now. I've tried to close this video for tons of times. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and BossStandsTall is out.